It's holy matrimony, love wrapped in grace, honesty the cornerstone, openness embrace, transparency the power to make it through, Christ in the center, making all things new. Welcome to the base camp.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marriage Base Camp podcast. I am Robert. Of course, I'm here with the beautiful
Shelly.
And man, today we're doing something we've never done before, and we are not sure how it's going to go.
Could be crazy.
It could be crazy.
Off the rails.
It could be wonderful. It could go off the rails really quickly. And if that's the case, you'll never hear it. And so if you're hearing this, chances are it didn't go off the rails, at least too much. And so here's what we're doing. We've had a lot of content that we've covered here in the Marriage Base Camp podcast. And so what I did is I sort of uploaded a lot of that content to our friend ChatGPT.
This is crazy.
And we are going to ask ChatGPT to ask us questions based on just the content we've covered, questions that married couples may have, things about kids, parenting, whatever. Like, I don't think anything.
We have no idea.
I don't think anything is off the table, and we have no idea
what it's about to ask.
What it's going to ask. We have not seen these questions in advance.
Nope.
And we have no notes in front of us.
Nope.
We are just out here naked, as they say.
Naked.
Yeah.
Naked.
So that said, are
Yikes.
you ready? Has anybody ever done this? Surely we're not the first ones.
I have no idea. But if you do actually have questions, you can email them to us.
You can email your own questions, and all you got to do is send an email to podcast@marriagebasecamp.com. And we'll get that, and it's all anonymous. Don't worry. We're not going to throw anybody under the bus. But I promise you, if you have a question, other people probably have it as well. So please send those questions in. And so, yeah, this is us sort of embracing technology. So you ready?
I guess.
Okay. We're going to take these one at a time. So
Okay.
Let me see the first question here. What's one belief about marriage that you held when you got married that you are now convinced was completely wrong? What is one belief that we held about marriage when we got married that now we are convinced is completely wrong? I'll let you start.
No. My brain just went in like 1,000 different directions.
Pick one.
Sex.
Oh.
Well, just coming.
That's the one of the 1,000 things you could have picked. You go to sex.
That was a lot of them.
That's great, actually.
Ugh.
Well, okay. What do you mean?
Well, just because we grew up in such, there was only one way, and sex was dirty. You never talked about sex, and now been married for almost 30 years. I don't have that belief.
When you say one way, you mean like one way to have
Like
sex,
missionary or something.
like missionary, yeah.
Right.
God's only approved way of having sex,
Right.
Yeah.
Like you only had sex to have kids, like sex,
procreation,
and if the guy wanted it, like it was never the women. I never heard any woman talk about sex.
Yeah.
You heard men joke about it.
I was about to say I never heard men talk about sex either,
Just
other
joking.
than
Right.
sort of a joking bravado
Right.
type way. So what you're saying is, yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like we didn't get any decent premarital counseling.
Nope.
At all, especially
Nope.
in the topic of intimacy.
Right.
And so we were just sort of left to our own devices to figure things out on our own, which
we did,
we did.
which is great.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that.
Right. I just think, does everyone figure it out though? Or has everyone been married 30 years as well and they're still haven't learned anything, haven't been given the freedom to explore?
Yeah. Did your parents ever have the talk?
No.
Anything about sex?
I only heard them tell my brother if he did it, it would fall off. That was it.
Oh yeah, I think you said that before.
That's it.
The terror that must have been in that poor young man's mind. My
nothing.
parents never did either. The only thing I remember is there was this little pamphlet, sort of like what. I don't even know what it's called, and it was all black and white and horrible.
Wow.
But it was just like, here are the male parts, here are the female parts. But what was weird is this pamphlet was mysteriously in the drawer of our bathroom.
Okay.
Like my brother and I's bathroom. Like why would it be in there?
That's weird.
And the only reason is because they hoped we would find it. Right. And read it and become experts, even though it wasn't even helpful. I did read it. Don't get me wrong. I looked at all the pictures.
My gosh. No, and even in high school with health, I had a coach and we literally skipped over all those chapters.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I learned more about sex from my brother than I did my parents. And that is to say, not a lot and not great information
when you're that young.
Yeah.
Yeah, it saddens me that, I don't know, I feel like we've been a little bit of set free, a little bit just in not so rigid.
Yeah. I would say for me in that same area, I was under the impression that man, once you're married, you get to have sex like all the time, anytime, all day, every day kind of thing. And that's what would happen because that's what two people do, right? And so, again, no one ever set me aside and said, hey, yeah, you might be a little more prolific right after you're first married, but that's gonna change over time.
Yeah.
And that's okay because you're going to have better sex. So even though it may not be as frequent as it was honeymoon stage, newlyweds, it's 100 times better, at least for us, I think.
Yes. Well, and I'm not very rigid in the sense of like one man, one wife. Like, yes, that. But in the realm of that.
Wait, what?
Well, because when I said like so rigid, I didn't want people to think.
Oh, that you have no rules.
We have no rules.
No standards.
Yeah. Like,
you're talking about in the context of a marriage.
Yes.
God gives freedom.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What was it? What's the quote from, oh my gosh, you say it sometimes. Not pull a hamstring or what was it? What is that? Who is that from?
It's me. I get to be the one to claim it, I guess. No, what we have said in different conferences and stuff that we've taught is in that context, in that healthy, God-honoring marriage relationship, you've got freedom.
Right.
And so as long as you are good with it and as long as your spouse is good with it, then man, knock yourself out. Like do everything short of injuring yourself to have fun and enjoy each other.
It doesn't, yeah.
The differences comes in when maybe one of you is not cool with something or the other.
Right.
That's when you need to learn to tap the brakes. And we've even referenced several times that a good way to think about it is red light, yellow light, green light.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are some things that are red lights, some things that you or your spouse may be like, nope, not doing that. I don't care what you thought. I'm not doing that. I'm not comfortable with that.
Right.
Okay. Respect that red light. Then there's some things that are yellow lights, and that might be, hey, I've never thought about doing that. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. I'm
Right.
very cautious, and you should approach cautiously, just like a yellow light. And then there's those green lights, which you've both had conversations about, and you're like, let's go, man.
Well, the problem is I don't even think people have conversations about it.
Yeah. Have a conversation with your spouse about intimacy, even down to what's, what positions are good, or what's acceptable, what things, here's where it gets really dangerous in our culture, because the first exposure to pornography now is somewhere around like 8 or 9 years old.
It's crazy.
And it's not like, you're seeing pictures in magazines anymore. You're seeing it all. You're seeing all the things.
Right.
And so you got these young men and women growing up with these envisions of what sex is going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And they get married, and it's frustrating because maybe their spouse is not comfortable doing.
They're not acting.
Most of that stuff. Yeah, we've
They're
talked
not
about
acting.
this in other episodes, and that's going to be very frustrating. And that's where the conversations need to be had.
Yeah.
Because if we rolled into marriage and I had all these ideas and here's what Shelly's going to do, this and that's going to be great, and you roll in and you're like, not doing that. I'm cool with that, but I'm not cool with that, and I'm not going to know why, because if we don't have a conversation,
Right.
and then I'm going to get frustrated. Oh, she just doesn't.
She doesn't love me.
She doesn't love me. She's not
rejecting me.
interested. She's rejecting me.
Right.
Then it's a hot mess, and so have conversations. Yeah. That was a good one.
So we just jumped off the deep end.
Okay. Let me ask chat to give us another one. Question 2. If a spouse came to you and said, I love my husband/wife, but I don't really like them right now, what would you tell them?
Welcome to a Tuesday. Sorry. I mean,
Okay. I love them, but I don't like them.
Like all the time, or just like in this moment?
That would be a great first follow-up question.
Yeah.
Like, how long have you not liked them?
Right. Because that grows a lot of resentment.
Yeah.
A lot of bitter roots.
I think this is where people fall into the mistake of thinking that love is those feelings of love, those first passionate, I'm not even talking intimacy, the thing that draws you two together
Right.
in a loving way, they think is always going to be there.
Yeah.
And you never have to work at it.
And if I don't feel that, then I must not.
Yeah. So like when we started dating, going out, whatever it was called back in the day, we talked a lot on the phone because that's all there was to do.
Right.
There was no texting or
Well,
not
we
even
get snail mail, but
not even really email. I mean,
No.
there was, but we didn't use it. And so we just talked a lot on the phone. We would talk for hours sometimes on the phone. And then couples just think, oh yeah, it's always going to be that easy to talk to one another and have those conversations. And then it's not, as
Right.
it always is not. And they stop doing the things that build that connection. And so the way we've described it in the past is think of it like a freight train.
Oh yeah.
So you've got the engine,
Right.
or these days there's like multiple engines up front, and those are pulling along this really long train. And that love, that instant connection, that new exciting love that you have in a relationship at the beginning is absolutely strong enough to pull the whole relationship along with it.
Yeah.
Fast forward, kids, hormones, mortgages, jobs,
Stress.
family
All of
drama,
it.
all the things. Eventually, it's not strong enough to pull along
Right.
that whole train. You need something almost in the back pushing as well as things pulling. And so people just stop working. They stop doing the work. They stop inviting each other in.
Yeah.
And so if somebody says, hey, I love my husband, what would you tell them? I love my husband right now, but I just don't like him.
I think the first thing would be like, are you like today, like recently, like
Yeah.
how long? Yeah, I just think that can be a really dangerous, slippery slope if you're not willing to go to him and have some hard conversations. And
I'm gonna jump on ChatGPT here. I'm gonna jump over and ask my own question.
okay,
What would you say the difference is in a couple going through a difficult season
yeah,
versus their marriage deteriorating?
right. I mean, I think every marriage goes through difficult seasons.
Because that person who's saying, I don't like my husband right now, I mean, sounds like they might be in a difficult
Right.
season.
Yeah. And I would say keep leaning in,
Yeah.
keep inviting each other in, keep working at it. Don't just be like, well, this is it. I just don't like him anymore. So
Yeah.
I think we've gone through seasons where it's more difficult, but we kept pursuing and kept walking through it.
Yeah.
And
It does make it more difficult when both of you are in a difficult season.
True.
It makes it difficult for that marriage. Typically one or the other might be in one, and that's when you can come alongside and help. But yeah, when you're both in one of those difficult seasons.
I just think if you don't ever go to your spouse and be like, hey, I love you, but I'm having a really hard time. And then opening up about that,
Yeah.
whatever expectation didn't get met, whatever happened, he's not pursuing you anymore. Like there's ways to have that conversation without making it explode.
Yeah, I'm thinking back. I don't know that you've ever said those words to me. You've never said, hey, I love you, but I don't like you right now. But you have said similar things in that, hey, I'm not pleased with maybe how you've been acting over the last month or something. And
you've been very distracted, and that makes like whatever.
Yeah. And I honestly, I think if you were to have a conversation, if you being the listener, if you were to have a conversation with your spouse and say something to that effect, you might hear back from them, you know what? I don't really like me right now either.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And then work on that.
Yeah. Thank you for talking about something that I've felt.
Yeah.
But now I know that it's obvious to you as well.
Most of the time, I think when people are like going through a difficult time, they just ignore it and think it'll go away. And then you're 15 years down the road and you really don't like them and you've actually never dealt with any of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot
to
unpack.
Everybody loves the summer heat, right? But
yeah,
you got to go through those winters.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to cuddle up. Use that body heat. Get you through those cold winters.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, next question. What's something the church gets right about marriage, and what's something the church often gets wrong?
Oh Lordy.
ChatGPT wanting to throw the church under the bus here. First, let's start with what's something that the church gets right about marriage?
I think they try really hard to offer a marriage class. Like some churches, like they do try to invest into marriages.
Yeah.
I just often think they get that content wrong. It's more about submissive than anything else.
You went straight to what they're getting wrong.
Yeah, sorry.
No, we'll come back to that. I would agree that I think churches do value the importance of marriage.
Yeah.
They know it's valuable. Therefore, they try to do things that show the value to it.
Right.
They understand, and most churches, I can't speak for every single church, but most churches understand it's a God ordained relationship.
Right.
He invented it.
Yeah.
He came up with the idea for it. And so because of that, they have some vetted interest on their people's marriages being
Right.
as healthy as they can. Now, you said what they get wrong is, what did you say?
Well, from my experience early on in our marriage, every class, conference, other weddings we would attend, they only would teach out of the Bible, and there's some verses on marriage, obviously, but they would only take that content of just the submission part, being submissive to the wife.
To the wife.
And that's all we learned. Like, we just needed to be submissive. That was it.
Yeah.
We never talked about expectations. We never talked about mutual submission. We never talked about how to love your spouse well. And I just only remember those verses.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they did, and I just don't remember, but I just feel like it was very much
one-sided.
very one-sided.
No, you're right. We went to a wedding. This was only a few years ago.
Yeah.
And the officiant only spoke to and only looked at the husband.
Correct.
Never even
Acknowledged.
the bride.
Yes. It was very awkward.
Which you could say, oh, that's because he was calling him up to be the godly man he needed to be. I don't think that was it at all.
Yeah.
It was, I take that back. He did look at the bride one time, and that was when he was talking about being submissive to him, the husband. Yeah. Okay. Can we all just agree that wives should submit to their husbands? Amen. Praise
and they
God.
Will want to if he's a godly man.
And
there's more.
There's more. Husbands are to literally die.
Yes.
Every day. Wake up and die for their wives. You show me a husband who is dying to himself on the daily, laying his life down, putting his own needs, his own self aside, racing to the bottom of the humility chain for his wife every single day. I'll show you a woman who has absolutely no problem submitting to her husband.
Correct.
Yeah. But show me a guy who's just living for himself.
Who's just beating her over the head with the Bible.
Yeah. Bible says it. Black and white.
Better do it.
This is my life and you're just a part of it.
Right. You're here to help me.
Yeah. Now, no one would ever say that. No one ever say, that's what I'm doing. But that's what they're doing.
That is what they're doing.
And so, yeah, it's really hard to submit to that.
Yeah.
And
I just wish we would have learned skills and the things that we teach, and even the things I remember the first time we went to a marriage conference in Nebraska, and it was so different. It was with Ty and Terry Schinzel, and my mind was blown away at how they were speaking.
Yeah.
It was so just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that had more to do with Ty and Terry than it did Nebraska. But
yeah, totally.
But it definitely was not the standard Southern.
No. She was talking to
facade
right
of a healthy marriage that you see a lot of times.
That's the other thing is every other conference we went to early on in our marriage, I never saw the wife. It was just the man.
You mean teaching?
Teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with Ty and Terry, it was the first time I saw a woman teaching together with her husband.
Yeah.
And it was way more impactful. And we actually learned stuff.
Yeah.
And I felt in that conference was the first time I actually felt freedom in my own marriage. Like, I can do that. It was like giving me permission.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That's crazy. I've never heard this before.
Now, we want to be clear and say there are really awesome people and conferences and people teaching great stuff in the South. It's not like everyone's clueless down there. But there is a mindset that I think is more than being unbiblical. It's just hindering great marriages.
Yeah.
And we have spent the majority of our the majority of our lives have spent in the South. We grew up there. And when you ask people about their marriages, it's sort of like asking people about their prayer life.
Mm.
And it's really telling because there's not a lot of people who are proud of their marriage.
Yeah.
Anywhere. I'm not just talking about South.
Yeah, totally.
Anywhere.
It's
like, oh yeah. It's like asking about their prayer life. I could be better. I could be praying more, like I'm sure I could be doing more. And you ask them about their marriage and it's like, yeah, I know. We got some things and it versus the couple you talk to who they're very proud of their marriage. Not because it's perfect, because it's not.
Yeah.
And they know it. Yeah. I feel like we could talk about that.
Yeah, we could.
For a while. Come on, GPT. What do you got for us? How do you know the difference between a marriage problem and an individual maturity problem? How do you know the difference? I don't know that a lot of times there is a difference. I think a lot of the marriage problems are because individual immaturity problems.
Yeah.
Which shows up in the marriage.
And if you notice that, like if you're the wife and you're going to your spouse and they're not receiving anything and you realize it's a maturity issue, then you need to keep growing and learning and praying a lot for your husband. Because you can't change him. You can only work on yourself.
Say that again, because one, I don't think a lot of people understand that. And if they do, I don't know that they agree with it. So say that again.
So anytime I've ever come to you with something and maybe wasn't received well, or I thought he's not understanding, maybe he's, I don't want to say immature, but just something's off.
Yeah.
Or it could be immaturity. Working on my own self and staying in my own circle and praying earnestly for you is the only thing I can do. Yeah. Like if I just continually go to you just to prove a point, or I'm just to show you that I'm right, or you should change because I am right, that doesn't do anything. It makes it worse. You have to want to change and to grow. And
yeah. We've said before, one way to look at it is that you are the biggest problem in your marriage.
Yeah.
Now, I know some people could hear that and be like, whoa, hang on, Robert. I'm not the one that committed adultery. I'm not the one that drinks herself from being a part of their family. You know what I mean? Like, right. Yeah, sure. There are those obvious things. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what Shelly said. You cannot fix your spouse. And so many couples come into therapy or they go see their pastor and they already know exactly what the issue is. My husband doesn't do this, or my husband does this, or my wife doesn't do this, or does, you know what I mean? Like they know the problem. And very rarely have they slowed down enough to say, and what's my problem? Like, what am I bringing?
Well, and some of those big things like adultery or alcohol, the big things, they can be so loud that you don't even look inward.
Yeah.
Because that's such a big thing that I don't have to look inward. Well, you really do.
Yeah.
Like, you have to deal with your own junk.
I've sometimes asked people, what's your number 2 sin?
Mm.
Because what I found personally, like what I found in my life, is I would be so convinced that I struggled with this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, man, if I could just get a handle on this one thing, then I would be Jesus Jr. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. But I never, ever thought about what came after that. So if it was lust, for example, I was like, that's my thing. That's my struggle.
Yeah.
And yet I never thought about what pride was doing to me, what arrogance was doing to me,
Right.
what always thinking I'm right is doing to me. And so when you stop and you ask someone, and we would just ask you right now, what's your number 2 sin? Yeah, we know your number 1. That's the one you're probably fighting the most.
It's your blind spots.
What's your blind spot?
Right.
What are the things in your life that you're doing that are making everything more difficult, and you're not even focused on it because you're either thinking of your number 1 sin or you're definitely thinking of your spouse's.
Right.
Yeah. I know what their number 1 sin. Yeah.
I just feel like, in a lot of places, they just want to point fingers, and it's like, you got to deal with your own stuff.
Stay in your own circle.
Stay in your own lane. Yeah.
Yeah. Question next. What's a question couples are often afraid to ask about sex but desperately want answered?
How often?
Yeah.
Because the man just wants to know.
Yeah, everybody's asking that question.
I mean, I guess women too.
Not just people in the church.
Yeah.
Like we follow a lot of people obviously on social media having to do with marriage and things like that. And man, I'm always seeing reels about people doing podcasts or whatnot. And that's the question they're asking is, hey, how many times should we be having sex a week, basically? And what people want to know is, how are we doing?
Right.
Are we doing okay? Are we beating the system?
Right.
Are we better than everybody else, or are we slacking? That's what they want to know, which is such an odd question to just want to compare yourselves with everybody else. That's sort of like asking how far is too far anyway.
That's true.
Like, really? Is that what you want to know?
Because it's more about intimacy than sex.
So you're saying that couples are afraid to ask about frequency.
Yes.
But they really want to know that.
Yes. I think they want to know that. I'm trying to think
what would they do if they got an answer? Like, what if someone actually said you should be having sex 3 to 4 times a week? Like, what would they do with that information?
The man would pressure the wife.
Yeah.
See?
Robert and Shelly said 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's not a question. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, to me, it's not the question. It's, what are you going to do with the information
right.
from the question that you think you really want? Because if we were to say 1 to 2 times every 2 weeks
right.
is an average, what would you do with that information? Would you stop having sex? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what's the motive behind the question? Are you trying to get more sex, or are you trying to get less sex and give yourself an out from having to pursue your spouse?
Yeah. Is there a question that you think couples are asking?
Ooh. I'm trying to think about all the questions we've gotten. I think a lot of them, and we've talked about this in detail, so we don't need to go into detail about it, but a lot of them have been about desire.
Yeah.
And
responsive.
Yeah. Like, what do I do if my husband wants sex more than I do, or my wife?
Right.
It has a lot of the questions we've gotten have to do with what they perceive as opposing drives.
Yeah.
I've got a high drive for sex. She's got a low drive, or whatever.
Right.
And I think a lot of them want to know that answer. And I think that's kind of why when we respond the way we respond, it equally frees people up and frustrates some people.
Okay.
Because when we say, hey, you're not talking about number here.
Yeah.
You're not talking about levels here. You're talking about types.
Right.
Like, what we have found is it's sort of a mixed bag. Some people will be like, oh my gosh, we've never heard that. That makes so much sense. Thank you.
It takes the pressure off.
It helps us put language to what we've been experiencing. And other couples are like, yeah. But seriously, how many times a week should we be having sex? Like, It's like they just don't want to. They don't want to know because it's work. It takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of another question, but I can't.
ChatGPT's asking a lot about sex, by the way.
Is it listening to us? Because we've
As we're talking?
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. That just freaked me out a little bit.
I don't know, because we started off.
Well, we have talked a lot about sex.
That is true.
In our podcast, so I'm sure maybe that's what it is.
Oh.
Here's another one. How long have we been doing this, by the way?
I don't know.
If you could sit down with every engaged couple for 15 minutes and warn them about one thing, what would it be?
One? One?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I got mine.
Okay. What is yours first?
Expectations.
I was going to say tone and probably expectations.
So when I
How
say
you speak to each other.
When I say expectations, I mean what we have found, not only in our own marriage, but in observing many, many, many marriages over our time. Expectations is probably, when I say, let me say it differently, unmet expectations.
Right. Yeah, unmet.
Are probably one of the biggest marriage killers, even more so than some of those big ones we mentioned.
And again, they don't talk about it.
More than adultery, more than substance abuse, more than sexual addiction, unmet expectations. And here's why. Here's what we mean. When you have expectations of how your marriage should be and look and feel and do all the things, and then it's not, and you haven't talked about it, that builds resentment.
And so does this in every single relationship.
It does. Not just marriage.
Even your relationship with God.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, here's what I think you should do for my life.
Yeah.
Because it's what I would do.
It's what I would do.
If I were God and I was over my life. And then as life tends to do, it doesn't work out.
Right.
The way that you thought it would. And now it's not, well, now whoever was in charge, whether it be God or your marriage, now you're frustrated.
Yeah.
And that frustration will lead to resentment. And that resentment will lead to contempt.
And then that's not good.
You're screwed.
You're screwed.
Yeah. Listen, without a work of God,
Yes.
there's almost no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Once contentment hits and they can do nothing right. And it all stemmed back. If you think about it, if you track it all the way back, it tracks all the way back to, here's what I thought should happen. That didn't happen.
Right.
I know why it didn't happen. You see that? Like they're filling that void from what they thought should happen versus what actually happened. They're filling it with motive.
Right.
So now I'm looking at you being like, well, I know why you didn't want to spend time with me tonight. Cause that's what I've been thinking about that all day. I knew that's what would happen.
And I just think people don't talk about it.
They don't talk about
They
it.
just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're blowing up at each other and they have no idea why, but it was because of an expectation from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to talk about those expectations.
Yeah.
Whether you're talking about sex or whether you're talking about how you're going to parent your kids or whether you're talking about your occupation and where you're going to live, whether you're talking about your family, whether you're talking about your relationship with God. Talk about the expectations.
Yeah.
God, I gave my life to you, and my life has been nothing but hardship and trial and suffering. And I thought, because I gave my life to you, I surrendered my life to you at a young age, I thought you were going to take care of me.
Yeah.
And God's like, where's that? Like, I am going to take care of you. Don't worry about that. Like, your eternity is secure. But back to the part where you thought I was going to give you the really good jobs and all the money and all the notoriety. Turn to that verse exactly. Show me where I said that. Yeah, that's hard.
It's hard. And I think sometimes you need to have those hard conversations.
How do you have that hard conversation with God? I don't think. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be a trick question. I didn't think it was a trick question.
No, I mean, I think having, like, God can handle your emotions.
Yeah.
He can handle your questions. It's okay to be mad. It's okay. I've had lots of times where I've been confused and angry and upset and yelled at God. And
He didn't run away.
he didn't run away. Yeah. It was more of a comfort and peace once the conversation had been had.
Yeah. He can handle it.
He can handle it.
I think you have that conversation with God the same way you would have with anybody else.
Yeah. Maybe not the yelling and the screaming, but yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I've yelled and screamed at God.
Yeah.
Hand, fist in the air, angry at God.
You haven't done that to me, though. You have yelled, and we've yelled a lot, but
I see what you're saying.
Early on, we yelled a lot.
Yeah, well, maybe we can even be more honest with. I don't know what I'm saying. That's a good point, though.
This podcast may just create a whole lot of other questions. People are all kinds of screwed up at this point.
So we listened to Robert and Shelly, and now we got all kind of questions.
We're so confused.
They're supposed to help. Here's another one. What's something you've changed your mind about in parenting over the last 20 years?
A lot.
Let's say 24 years, because that's how long we've been parents, right?
Yeah. Early on, I cared way more about their behavior and outward appearances than their hearts.
Give us some examples, or an example.
We've had to apologize a lot to Ashlyn.
She's our oldest.
Yeah. And just my kids tell me stories, and I don't even remember some of these, and I just have to apologize. Anytime my kids come to me, they're like, "Hey, Mom, you said this," and I don't even remember it. I'm just like, "I'm so sorry." Like one time, Ashlyn and Claire said I wouldn't let them paint their fingernails red because it gave the signal, whatever, that you were a whore or something. I was like, "Oh my God, what?"
By the way, for those who are listening and not watching us, Shelly has red fingernail polish on.
Like a pinkish red. I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, you told us you couldn't wear red."
See, that's so interesting, because that does not sound like something you would have said. But
probably.
It's not too far-fetched from...
Like, I just thought they had to completely cover their bodies up. They had to just be very, very conservative.
Yeah.
And now I'm like...
modest is hottest.
Right. And it is. Like, I don't want them walking around with, there's a limit. But anyway... I just kind of switched, and God just worked on my heart slowly to change from, I can fix the outside in my own timing. What you need to worry about is their heart and getting through to that. And so
not modifying their behavior.
Correct. Not behavior modification.
Yeah.
And so I kind of started doing that. And even now, the girls will come back to me and be like, "Why did you let us dress like that?" Like for a season, they would dress crazy or whatever. And I'm like, because I didn't care. I knew it would change.
Yeah.
I knew at some point we weren't always going to, sorry, Claire, dress like a waiter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
uh-oh.
She makes fun of that.
She had a waiter phase. She would admit that.
She would.
Yeah.
Like black pants, black shirt, buttoned all the way to the top. Like it, because I cared more about your heart than I did on the outside.
Yeah. That's a good one. Do I have to answer?
Yes.
I think early on in parenting, I thought that to have authority, I needed to present myself as authoritative,
Like loud?
loud,
Oh, yeah.
big, powerful.
Yeah.
And I mean,
did.
that was the advantage. That was the advantage of being a large guy,
Yeah.
is that I was always bigger and I could always be louder.
Yeah.
And
By the way, I'm 5'1" and Robert's 6'1".
yeah.
That just tells you anything. Yeah.
So yeah, this was not only in parenting, this was also with you.
Right.
I thought if I'm gonna have authority,
Yeah.
then I've got to win with authority. I got to be authoritative. And I have learned that is a lie.
Yeah.
That true authority doesn't need volume.
No.
True authority doesn't need posture. Like, true authority is authority. I mean, just look at God.
Yeah.
I mean, the scripture where God passes before Moses, I believe, and there was a big hurricane and God wasn't in the hurricane. And then there was a big, earthquake and God wasn't in the earthquake. And then the small, still breeze comes by and God was in that.
Yeah.
As if to say, I don't need to be a hurricane.
Right.
I don't need to be an earthquake. I am God. I have authority, and I am in the still small voice.
I think I actually scared our kids more when I whispered versus yelling at them.
Yeah.
Like that, for some reason, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't think we were
Kinda
ever
funny.
huge yellers,
No.
but yeah, we've learned a lot.
I think I used to say, I have a whole lot of patience until it runs out.
Yeah.
Like there was just times, that 4 kids, it was a lot.
It did get overwhelming at times.
When I would get overwhelmed, then I would typically yell.
But what would overwhelm you? Because I know what I know what overwhelmed me. What overwhelmed you?
The chaos. Like just everyone loud, screaming.
Yeah.
Everything's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was more the volume.
Right.
I don't do well with loudness, brightness, all those sorts of things.
You want more?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see which one is a good last one here. What do you think is the biggest threat to marriages today that nobody is talking about?
Oh.
Hang on.
Okay.
He? Is ChatGPT a he?
I have no idea.
I never thought about that till just now. We'll say it.
Oh.
Because I don't know.
Okay.
It gives us follow-up prompts to this one.
Oh, okay.
Says, is it technology? Is it exhaustion? Is it busyness? Is it individualism? Or something else?
Can it be all of the above?
So what's the biggest threat to marriages today that nobody is talking about?
Kid schedules. Select baseball.
This ought to be a good one to end on. Maybe we should have ended before that. It's not just baseball.
No, and it's not just sports. It's keep them busy, keep them distracted.
Yeah.
They don't have to work on their relationship with God. They don't have to get quiet and still. They don't have to have hard conversations. If you just keep them going.
Yeah.
Keep them busy.
Here's a question that I would have for any listeners who are not in the Midwest. And so if you are listening to this and you're not in the Midwest, please let us know your response to this. My question is this an everywhere thing?
I think it has become.
Or is this a Midwest thing? And I have a theory if it's only a Midwest thing.
Okay.
My theory is because there's not anything else to do, that we don't have mountains that you can go ski on or climb or hike. We don't have a whole lot of lakes, at least in the part that we are in, that you could go boating, skiing, hanging out at the lake, beach, things like that. There's just not a lot of other things to do. And so it's really easy to get preoccupied with activities.
Right.
My question is that everywhere? Like,
I think it is. But
like where they do have mountains and lakes and all that, are family activities equally just out of control, in my opinion?
someone was telling me the other day that their friend, one of their coworkers, was complaining because there's just 3 boys who play baseball. One of the boys had 18 games in 3 days. How's that even possible? Or maybe in 4 days. It was like a weekend tournament, but 18 of them.
18 games?
18 games. I don't know how that works.
My first question would be, how many teams are there?
I have no idea.
Because
I don't know how that works.
If it takes 18 games to figure out who the best is, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I don't.
There better be like 172 teams.
I don't know what it is, but it's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, it's very annoying when people are like, we're so busy we can't stop. And I'm just like, you have full control over your schedule. You have the right to say no. You can say no. You can tell your kids no.
That's a hot take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think that's a lie from the enemy, that we have to stay busy, that our kids have to be in all these sports and these activities and clubs, and we have to set them up for success. Well, the best way you can set them up for success is Jesus.
Yeah, and have a great marriage yourself.
Right. Love your spouse well. And Jesus. I mean, that's you can't take anything with you to heaven except your kids and your spouse.
Yeah, that could probably be its own episode.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to end this because we didn't know where it was going to go.
Sorry if we offended you, but not. I'm just kidding.
Well, guys, hopefully you found something in here that was a nugget of truth, a nugget of wisdom, something that helped. Maybe we just opened up a can of more questions and worms and uncertainty.
Hey, but that's okay. Just send us your questions.
Send us your questions.
We'll do a follow-up if we have to.
Yeah. We'll enter in all your questions in ChatGPT and we'll say, no, listen, we typically don't use AI.
We've never have
for content.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I was thinking the other day, we have other things that we want to talk about, by the way, but we've been in a very busy season ourselves. One of our daughters got married. We've just been kind of busy with church stuff. And I thought, what would it look like because I thought about bringing someone in to ask us questions.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, well, I know someone who is immediately available whenever we ask them to.
Oh, that's funny.
We'll have them ask us questions. We would prefer it be a real person. So if you have questions, please send those in.
Yeah. We
really do appreciate those and getting the opportunity.
And you can push back. Like, you don't have to agree with us.
A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah. Like, send it something like, hey, you said this, but I really think this. And okay,
yeah,
we'll try to respond.
Yeah. Like, you could, make fun of Shelly for saying how, women don't have to be submissive to their husbands.
Not what I said.
You didn't say that. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so thanks for listening, guys. And until next time, we will see you later on the Marriage Base Camp podcast.
See you guys.
Welcome to the Base Camp. From Genesis to Revelation, His love is the guide. Every vow, every moment, we lay down our pride. His mercy's the melody, our heart's the refrain. Through sunshine and shadow, our love will remain. This holy matrimony, love wrapped in grace. Honesty the cornerstone, openness embrace. Transparency's the power to make it through. Christ in the center, making all things new.